Hi guys, and welcome to probably one of the most anticipated videos on my channel, which is the sketchbook tour. You guys, I've actually abandoned the idea of having a sketchbook for a good while, and best believe I missed it so much. So back in August, once I got this sketchbook that I'm gonna show you in a second, I was so excited to fill it in and to finally own a sketchbook. It actually didn't take me this long to fill this entire sketchbook because it's like from August till December, so only around 5 months, right? Anyway, this is the sketchbook, and just before we jump into the actual sketchbook tour, a few details. This is a Leuchtturm 1917 sketchbook. It's around $20, which I know it's quite a lot, but you guys, this is really worth it. I really love the square format of it. I love the pages. They take markers, they take inks, colored pencils, and gouache as well, really well. So this is a sort of mixed media paper, I would even call it like that. So if you are someone that also likes to mix up techniques from time to time, I think that you're gonna be really happy with it. It's not sponsored or anything, I just love this brand and I just love their sketchbook. I already have a new one right here, so yeah, this kind of shows how much I'm into this sketchbook. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the introduction. Now let's finally jump into my 2020 sketchbook tour. Alright, so let's open my sketchbook up. So this is the very first spread of my sketchbook, and as you can tell, I've added a couple of stickers here and there. These are my own stickers from my shop, which you can buy for yourself as well if you want. And these are some stickers from my ASOS order. And also here, as you could see before, I left the drawing from my 5 marker challenge that I did recently. I like it a lot, I really love how it turned out, so I thought that I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna give it this very special place in my sketchbook. And once we go further, we have another spread, the very actual first spread. Here we have a few sketches that I was actually planning to turn into bigger illustrations, like these two on the left. It ended up not happening, which I'm quite sad about, but maybe one day I return to them and, you know, give them a little revamp and actually turn them into proper drawings. But yeah, this is what the first spread in my sketchbook looks like. And here we have some outfit drawings, not really finished ones, actually more of like sketches than drawings. And I didn't really continue with any of these because, as you can tell, here we have some marker bleedings from the other page. So yeah, this spread is kept in a very simple manner. Moving on, we have this drawing that I actually also didn't really finish. I really like how it turned out, but I don't know, I just didn't have the power and the will to finish it. I just kept it like that. Maybe I'm gonna come back to it sometime, but yeah, so far it's gonna be like that. And here we have some more random sketches. Next off, we have a very unfinished page. I don't know, I started this drawing, as you can tell, with the intention of this being an actual drawing, like a finished illustration, but I really didn't like how her face turned out, so I just added some Posca pens onto it and yeah, just had a little bit of fun with this one. Moving on, we have a page just with sketches. I was planning my next illustrations, and here I wanted to draw like a half-body silhouette, but yeah, I never turned these into anything more serious than that, so yeah, maybe some inspiration for my future drawings, who knows. Moving on, we have actually one of my favorite spreads in my sketchbook, and as you can tell, there's gonna be a lot of these sort of loose papers that are covering my drawings, because when I close my sketchbook and it's, you know, like that, I'm really afraid of some colors transferring onto the drawings and messing them up, so I always like to be extra cautious and cover the drawings that I really like with an extra piece of paper, so I'm protecting them and preventing from smudging. So that's a little explanation. And yeah, here apart from some sketches, I have this drawing that I like a lot. Not only I like the pose, I like the drawing, but I also like how the face turned out and also the hairstyle, because I haven't been drawing such hairstyles in a while, so it was really refreshing to do this one. And also this little piece here, done only with colored pencils. It was done off of some reference that I found on Pinterest, but yeah, I also really enjoyed doing this, and I think that it turned out pretty cool. So yeah, this spread is actually one of the coolest in my opinion. Moving on, here just some marker bleedings. I didn't feel like adding anything on top of that because that was kind of pointless. And here we also have another very interesting spread, because here I was practicing on drawing babies, and I also did a YouTube video about it, which I hope that you guys saw. It was very intriguing and interesting to do so, because I'm not a fan of drawing kids. I've never done it. I mean, I've done it for some commissions back in the days, but I never did it for fun, for myself. Yeah, it was really refreshing to do so, to do those drawings, and I think that they turned out pretty awesome. So it was fun exercise, and I definitely don't regret drawing these, and I think that they look pretty cute, honestly. So these drawings are definitely something very different for me and for my usual aesthetic, but I think it was really interesting to do them. Moving on, we have some marker bleedings from the previous page, and also a couple of random sketches, just me planning out some future illustrations that ended up not even happening. So yeah, just some sketches, you know. Here we have one finished drawing. As you can tell, it's a drawing of a guy that I really enjoyed doing. And as you guys know, I'm trying to, you know, branch out in different directions, develop a little bit, experiment. So I also started enjoying drawing men, drawing guys a lot lately. So this was definitely a fun exercise, and I think that right now I can really tell that I do enjoy drawing men, and I'm definitely gonna be drawing them more in the future. Moving on, we have this drawing, this group drawing, like I like to call them. We have a group of 4 very fashionable besties. I took inspiration from the latest fashion trends, what's been going on around Pinterest and stores like Zara, my favorite one. Yeah, so those kind of autumn fall vibes are really in right now, obviously because of the season. And I think that this drawing is pretty cool. I definitely would change a couple of things, especially when it comes to anatomy, now when I look at it again. But yeah, it was definitely fun to do this one. Moving on, we have this more of an experimental page, let's say. I started doing this illustration of this guy here, but I kind of didn't like how his face turned out. It was a little bit weird, but I still loved the color combination, so I just decided to, you know, experiment a little bit, finish the patterns, and I ended up doing this sort of mixed media page out of this unfinished illustration, and I think that this actually turned out to be something pretty interesting. Moving on, we have just some marker bleedings and some very unfinished sketch. And here we're getting to the spread with 2 finished illustrations. Both of these I actually did quite recently, even though we're not even in the middle of the sketchbook, and I'm usually filling my sketchbook in a quite chronological order. I'm not jumping around the pages, but here I had 2 empty pages, and I felt like I needed to add something onto them, and these were the 2 drawings that I really enjoyed doing. This one is just a girl, like a sitting pose type of drawing with an outfit inspired by the latest trends. Those jackets are super in right now, so I thought that I'm just gonna, you know, do a drawing featuring one of those. And this illustration you guys probably saw on my Instagram quite recently, like I said. I had the sketch of this drawing for a long while on this page, and I just couldn't really get myself to finish it. But yeah, you guys motivated me to actually give it a go and finish it, and I'm so happy that I did. Looking at this drawing now, I definitely would like to change a couple of things when it comes to those girls' bodies and the anatomical mistakes, let's say, but yeah, I still like this drawing and I think it turned out pretty cool. And like I said, my paper to not mess up any of my artworks. And we're moving on to another page, and here I have a couple of swatches, like you can tell, and these are the swatches of the Skintone Packs, the first one that they came out with and the second one. I don't really know if these are in a proper order because I might have mixed them up a little bit, but yeah, I just needed some inspiration for skin tones, and you know, I just wanted to swatch these also. And moving on, as you can tell, we have some marker bleedings and some random sketches, but also on this page we have one of my favorite drawings from this entire sketchbook. I don't know, there's something about her pose, something about her face and her facial expression and the outfit as well that makes me really love this drawing. I love how simple it is, but yet it has a lot of impact, and it's very intriguing in my opinion. So this one is definitely one of my favorites. Next, we have a page filled with men. And as I was saying before, I really started enjoying doing male drawings, including males in my character spectrum. So here I was just practicing a little bit. You can't really see a lot on this page, but here I have some silhouettes. And this drawing is kind of unfinished, but I still posted it on my Instagram and you guys seem to really like it, so I'm very happy about that. I like it too, but definitely it would have looked better if it was finished, but oh well, it's just a sketchbook, right? Next page is a quite boring one because here, marker bleedings, and these sketches didn't really turn out great, so I'm just gonna skip it. Here on this spread, I was actually planning on to finishing some of these illustrations, especially this one because I really like the pose, but I don't know, something just didn't felt right, I guess. And this one was supposed to be also a finished illustration, but something about the poses and the anatomy of those girls didn't really resonate with me well, so I decided to skip it and yeah, save it as reference for the future maybe. And moving on, okay you guys, if you know, you know, I'm obsessed with Bad Bunny. My obsession since this point has been real, has been, you know, flourishing. And what's funny about this spread is that I remembered that while doing this drawing, because this was the first drawing of Bad Bunny that I've ever done, I was listening to La Canción and Calladita like 24/7 and I was so inspired. And even though I know that it doesn't look like him, it looks more like Maluma mixed with Drake, I still have very good memories connected to this drawing because, you know, I just love Bad Bunny, right? And then I did this drawing, which I think turned out really awesome, but it kind of doesn't really look like him in my opinion. I love the blending on his face and on his chest, but yeah, it's just not really him, I would say. But this one, I did it like super quickly. It was just supposed to be a sketch, but I think that in fact, this drawing looks the most like Bad Bunny out of all of these. It just has, you know, the sunglasses, his face expression. It just, you know, it just gives me Benito vibes, right? So yeah, that's the history behind the spread. It has a special place in my heart. So yeah, that's the story. Moving on, some empty pages with marker bleedings. And here we have another spread that is actually one of the coolest as well. This illustration was kind of inspired by Bad Bunny, especially the guy. I was using Bad Bunny as a reference, as you can tell by the glasses. But I love the whole composition and the idea for the drawing, but something didn't really feel right with me when it comes to how it turned out. So I might redo it sometime, but for now I just kept it like that. Here we have some Posca Doodles, inspired by sneakers, as you can tell. couple drawings. And this one is also a quick sketch that I was doing off of some reference that I found on Pinterest. And I think that altogether this spread is looking very, very fun and interesting. So I'm kind of proud with how this one turned out. Moving on, we have another unfinished illustration. I don't know what to say about this one. It just didn't feel right with me. I started it and I felt that I'm gonna, finish it, but then I don't know, something about their outfits, their faces, I don't know. I just left it, And here we have some random silhouette sketches. I think that I was doing these when I was preparing myself for the oversized clothing tutorial. I was practicing a little bit, and then I just added some neon Posca pen to it to make it a little bit more visually interesting. Here we have some unfinished sketches. Because on this page we have also one of my favorite illustrations that I've done in this sketchbook. You probably saw it in my vlog and in my on my Instagram as well, because I was really, and I am still very proud of how this one turned out and what it looks like. I really love the whole vibe of it, the beige tones, the autumn sort of vibe of the illustration, like I said. But yeah, this illustration was really fun to do. It took me like 3 or 4 days to have it completely finished, of course with some breaks. But yeah, I love it, so I hope that you guys like it as well. And here, just a random sketch that I never ended up, continuing on with. And here we have another spread with some random sketches. I think that these were all done off of some references, so I just kept it. I just kept them in this sort of sketchy form. I didn't continue on with these with color. And as I said a couple of pages back, Bad Bunny, right? So this was the illustration that I did on one of my vlogs. I think it was the second vlog. And this was done with the gouache, which is also very new to me. I love gouache as a technique, but I still need to figure it out a little bit more and practice. But I had so much fun doing this illustration, not only because it's Bad Bunny, obviously, but also it was just a different medium. It was really refreshing. It was something new. It was a cool experience for me. So I definitely learned a lot from this. And even though it doesn't really look like him, the nose is way too high and yeah, the face is just a little bit off. I really love how I managed to work with this medium, and I definitely want to keep on practicing. Here, just some unfinished doodle sketches. And on this page I was actually planning on doing 2 illustrations, but as you can tell, it ended up not happening. This one, this pose, you're probably familiar with because I did such illustration, like a finished full illustration, quite recently, and this was the first one that I was supposed to finish, but I didn't really like how her face turned out, so I decided that I'm gonna leave this one and I'm gonna start over, and I'm glad that I did. Even though this face doesn't look bad, it was just something, sometimes I have those moments that I need to start over to feel better. I don't know. And this one was also another concept, another sketch for a finished illustration, but yeah, I just ended up not even continuing on with pencil and the details, just because, And here we're moving on to also another favorite of mine. This illustration, I think, is one of the coolest that I've done. Maybe not this year, or maybe actually this year. I love the color scheme, I love the prints, I love the clothes, I love her hair, I love everything about this illustration, I really do. And yeah, I remember I was so excited while doing this drawing, and I still think that this one is, yeah, one of the coolest. I love it, and I hope that you guys do as well. Here, some unfinished drawings. Moving on, we have some gouache studies. Here we have some random sketches, group drawings and stuff like that. Here we have another spread that is pretty unfinished. This was supposed to be the drawing of Kylie Jenner, but as you can tell, her face doesn't really look like her, and that was something that made me not giving this one a go and just abandoning it. Yeah, just a random spread. And here we have a couple of random sketches. I was trying to plan out my drawings, trying to, you know, brainstorm the ideas for future illustrations. I still haven't used any of these poses yet, but I'm definitely gonna, you know, save this page for some future inspiration, and whenever I don't know what to draw, I'm probably gonna use some of these. Okay, and this one is actually also one of my favorite spread in this entire sketchbook. I feel like doing those full body silhouettes, more focused on the fashion aspect, on the, you know, proportions or on the shapes. It was really refreshing to do so, and it's something that I definitely was skipping for a while. I feel like I don't do as much of full body drawings, like standing full body drawings like I did in the past, and I definitely missed that. And yeah, doing this spread, filling it with those silhouettes was really an enjoyable experience for me. Moving on, we have a couple of outfit studies, just some inspirations that I found on Pinterest. I was more focusing again on the shapes and on the folds, but here this is really nothing that advanced, just, you know, some kind of doodles. And here also sketches of girls. I was supposed to finish it, I think, but yeah, ended up not happening. Moving on, we're heading into the colored pencils only department. And here again, my helpful paper to prevent smudging. Here, those drawings I was doing only with the Prismacolor pencils. It was the first time I was actually doing a drawing only with color pencils, and I just love how it turned out. This drawing, this face, turned out so beautifully. I'm so proud of this, and I was so shocked that I haven't tried this color pencils only technique for so long. And yeah, here we have a drawing that was supposed to be a Bad Bunny, but it doesn't really look like him. But I still had fun trying to get the colorful glasses, colorful sunglasses, the way they were presented on the picture. And I think that I kind of managed to pull it off, but I'm still not super happy with it because it just doesn't resemble him. So yeah, that's the story behind these drawings. And here we have another spread with some drawings slash sketches that are mostly done with the colored pencils. And this finished illustration of a quite famous Polish TikToker, YouTuber. Some of you guys probably know her. It was fun to do it. Moving on, a spread full of random sketches. Here we have more of those full body silhouettes that I really enjoy doing lately. And here we have some sketches based off of references. This was supposed to be Jay Cortez. I was supposed to finish this one and I still want to finish it, but yeah, maybe some other day. And this is the bunny again. So, well, here more silhouette slash outfit sketches. And here we have the spread that I was doing for the Q&A video here on YouTube a couple of videos back. This drawing, this face of a guy, I think that it turned out really awesome and I'm really proud of it. And this is probably one of my coolest drawings that I've done with colored pencils. Okay, and now we're moving on to also one of the coolest spreads in this sketchbook. These lip drawings are honestly so mesmerizing in my opinion, especially this one in the middle and this one on top. I think that they turned out just stunning. I don't want to sound like I'm conceited, but yeah, like they just look like they are, you know, trying to get out of the page. They look so three-dimensional, and it wasn't even that complicated to do it. It wasn't even that difficult, but the effect that I managed to achieve with only colored pencils, I'm really surprised, and I'm kind of really proud, to be honest. So yeah, this was a very interesting experience and a good exercise. So I advise you guys also practice on drawing such lips. It's super relaxing and super satisfying as well. And here we have a drawing of a very famous TikToker, Bella. I really don't know how I should pronounce her surname, but yeah, it's her. I really like how this one turned out as well. And here we have the drawing from my 5 marker challenge, but this version was the version that I did with the colors of my choice, and I'm a fan of this color combination. I think all the colors look really well together. I like the pops of green, blue and purple. This spread is also filled with some outfit inspirations. These were really fun to make, and I definitely want to continuing on with these sort of spreads, like fashion spreads, let's say. And here we have another quite cool spread in my opinion, because we have a little portrait study done with colored pencil. It's this girl from the caption, or from the writing, right? I was still very intrigued by the colored pencils only technique, so I decided to study some more, and I did this sort of portrait. Here some group pictures that I didn't really finish, and this drawing is also one of my very recent ones, just a girl taking selfies, so something that I feel the most comfortable drawing, right? This is my sort of vibe, and also color green. As you guys know, I've been obsessed with green lately, so that's the story behind this spread. Here is a very unfinished one, the very unfinished spread. Here I was doing some studies with colored pencils again, but yeah, nothing really that advanced. And here I wanted to finish this girl, but yeah, ended up not happening. And here, unfortunately, there are even more unfinished drawings. This one I was actually really wanting to continue on with, but I don't know what happens. Maybe I'm gonna use this for the future, who knows. And here I was drawing this girl also off of some reference, but I don't know, something about her face is just a little bit off, and I really I love the skin tone combined with the mint color, but yeah, the proportions are really not correct on this one, so that's why I didn't even post it anywhere. And here I was drawing Karol G, and I still want to finish it. And here we have a portrait that I did with the Caran d'Ache pencils for a review that I don't know if it's gonna be up sometime, because I'm not really sure if I'm gonna post it. Let me know if you want to see it. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I love how I managed to capture the light on her face. It looks really real, so that was my goal for this little illustration. And yeah, here we have some swatches of those pencils that I was mentioning. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of my sketchbook. Here I just have some random piece of paper and my print that, I don't know why is it here, but it's here. So yeah, that is pretty much all that is in my 2020 sketchbook. I had so much fun having a sketchbook again and filling it day by day. I definitely want to continue on with having a regular sketchbook, and I already started filling my new one. Let me show it to you guys. So this is my new sketchbook. It's the exact same model as this one, just a different color. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed my 2020 sketchbook tour, and let's hope that the next sketchbook tour is gonna be coming also quite soon. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all and I can't wait to see you in my next videos. Take care, bye!
I'm just going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now.